Meeting for Tuesday, April 2nd, Donald Brown Conference Room. Conservation meeting is now open. All right, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes for March 19th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and then, well, next one up is 630 Manley Street. That's not. Is that you?
Yeah.
That is the one, yeah. I'm thinking of you as
685.
6'8", okay, that's what I was thinking.
Approved 685.
Yeah, all right, that's what I was thinking of. So you want to just wait a few minutes, or?
We can wait.
I mean, we can start.
I mean, I was just going to tell you, I
up to you.
have gone out.
Yes, I mean, we can start.
And I stopped up there tonight on the way home.
Let me
Looked.
introduce myself formally. My name is
Yeah.
Manuel Bajinga, the owner of 630 Manley Street, and we're here today for a approved event and of our wetland flagging.
Okay.
Is that good?
Sounds good to me.
Beautiful.
And I can give my report. I have gone up. I have taken soil samples, test holes in a number of places. They have adjusted the plans, which I did send out.
Mhm.
And I can actually say I can agree with what he's come up with. Some spots that were on previous plans.
Yeah.
One of them, I think it was just because the drainage ditch that's through the system wasn't working and functioning, so it just sheeted further out.
And I actually see the water up there running a little bit now out of the smaller
Towards.
drain towards the way it's supposed to go.
Correct.
So, which is a good thing.
So, I mean, I think it was more vegetation than the soil, because once I took the auger in and looked, it wasn't matching up to wetland soils in some of the spots.
This is where we thought might have been some fill.
Right, I mean, there is some area that definitely is disturbed, but it's not in the wetland, it would be in the 50 and 100-foot area, which,
Okay.
depending on what the project's how it's gonna be played out, we can address that.
Yep.
See how that goes. But as far as for the ANRAD for the wetland line, I think
That's all right.
the plans submitted now are accurate.
Okay.
And it's just basically just approving the ANRAD.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it for it. So anybody else got anything questions or anything?
No.
No? Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'll entertain a motion to issue order of resource area delineation.
I'll make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sounds good. That's
Sorry
it.
we made you rush.
Thank you.
I don't know if I get to bill them for this or not. That's gonna be the
You
question.
witnessed this.
First thing on everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
See ya.
Have a good night.
You too. Take them out to dinner. Okay, so the next one is 44 South Main Street.
And they have sent in a letter of request to continue to the 16th.
Poor people. They get in
Geez,
there.
I tell you, they can take a look at what the water's really gonna look like now, if they really want to see what it looks like when it's.
Right,
Got
when
plenty
it's
of
the
water.
highest point, which,
I think this is the point where it's the highest. So that's a good thing. So, anything on that one, or?
To
they are
continue.
just trying to finish up plans to get them sent out for review. That's
Okay.
the last part they're waiting
Because
on.
I think they want to start this spring, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I would
Well,
think
it
so,
is
yeah.
spring
Well,
now, but
They
summertime
may be
now.
wanting to wait till summer when it dries out a little.
Yeah, or at least goes down, yeah.
Well, the new drainage, though, should control a lot of that, shouldn't it? I mean,
But they
that's,
gotta get
Right,
in
once
there.
the new,
once they get in there, and
right, it'll control where it goes and,
right.
They can put up the building and all that stuff.
right, they can do the
Instead of doing all
higher
that
stuff
stuff.
and get the
Higher
site
ground.
work
Yeah.
started for the entrances on.
All right, so entertain a motion to continue to April 16th.
I'll make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and then 0 Crescent Street, that's continued.
Again, they've asked to continue, they're still working on revised plans.
Jeez. I wonder what the, I went up there tonight too on the way home quick. Just to take a look. Can't really see anything unless you really get in there, but
Yeah.
just took a look at it. They did, like you said, marked out some of the stuff in there, so,
Yeah,
which is good. But it's not, other than that, they're just,
yeah, it's just trying to
Okay.
get design plans done.
I'll entertain a motion to continue to April 16th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next one is 307 South Main Street. And
And I did send out they've sent in a request for a minor project change.
is that the new building?
Yeah, it's the big red building.
Yeah, the big
It's
road, okay.
basically for just the drainage for the driveway and the building itself. And the calculations they were using, they went very conservative and kind of overly conservative, so they could reduce the chambers underground by about 50%.
Really?
By going with the state stormwater guidelines. They just, because of the groundwater that they were finding, they thought it was gonna be needed for something greater.
Hmm.
Now that they've been on site, they realized that they don't have to go to that extent. Other concern was by putting that much plastic in the area, it could settle, putting a big crane through it. So they've kind of moved some of the stormwater structures into the car parking area and not underneath the driveway entrance.
Okay.
So that was the minor project change they're looking to be allowed.
What is
And-
it again? 307, or is that
Yeah, across from Weatherby's there.
across from?
By Yangtze. That they put up that new building in there.
Yes, okay.
So if they reducing, it's still fine, no problems? They won't have any problems with the
Right,
drainage or anything
the
like that?
drainage won't be affected by anything.
They
It's
just
the amount of
overcompensated?
storage
Okay.
that they have to put in. It's basically in the same area, just a little bit smaller size system.
Okay. Oh, better to over.
Right.
Then have
What
to-
they were having to
yeah.
treat, they based it on a 1 inch, and the state guidelines were a 1/2 inch. And so they wanted to use the state guidelines instead.
And they're up too, so I don't
Right.
think it's gonna be that
It's-
bad of a
yeah.
problem.
And even with the construction to the point they're at now, without all the drainage system in, the abutting property and the runoff
Yeah.
does not seem to be
It's not affecting it.
right overly
Yeah.
affected.
It does look good out front though, how they got that front done.
Yep.
That's coming out good, so.
What's it gonna be?
I think it's just rental bays?
2 contractor storage bays or rental bays, and then the Bridgewater Tree Farms Tree Company is going to use half of it.
Hmm.
And they've got a tree crane to remove trees with that they want to be able to park inside. And so that's
Alright.
It's a
the
good looking,
intent for half of it.
good looking building. That's good then, all right. So, motion to grant to issue a minor project change.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Jeez, this is gonna be quicker than I thought.
Right. I do have one item that Carol did ask me about, and I will give you a heads up.
Mhm.
I don't know whether anybody else got the MAC bulletin that was sent out yesterday, I believe, or today. I've gotten a couple of them. But there's wetland regulation comments that the state's taking for consideration for changes that they're about ready to grant. Some of them are Wetland Protection Act changes. Most of them are for stormwater and coastal drainage resiliency with severe storms.
Mhm.
Most of them really aren't going to affect us because it's more to deal with the coastal
Right.
regulation side of it. The ones that will affect are the stormwater changes.
Yep.
Would be fairly significant.
Significant. Yeah.
Yes, they're redoing some of the calculations and the modeling based on higher rain event averages.
Good, so they're gonna
And
make it,
one of the things our local bylaw did already and we took into account was the impervious surface.
Yeah.
So regrindings and compacted soils, we had already by our bylaw, we're looking at differently. Now
Yeah.
the state's upping theirs to kind of match what we're looking at, or even go a little beyond.
Okay.
So projects, when they come in, that do have compacted soil or compacted regraded asphalt would be looked at more like a binded material like regular asphalt.
Right.
So that they have to meet a higher stormwater treatment.
So actually that thing that Manny's got going on, that
Right.
it's good that he paved instead.
Right.
So they're reviewing them, they haven't instituted
They're taking
them yet.
comments now.
Yeah.
Written and oral, and they're doing, most of it's by Zoom, so people can just, you don't have to travel, you can just sit there and listen to what's being said.
Yeah,
And then the comments, the Wetlands Protection Act stuff, I believe they want to put that into effect late spring. The other, for the stormwater, probably won't be till September.
Are
It's
they
gonna take a little longer.
gonna change anything with the 100-year flood to maybe like,
That's what they're looking at is
100.
what a 100-year flood is and what numbers they're
Good.
using, which
Good.
they're using, they want to head towards a NOAA-based system that's updated.
yeah,
So the calculations will change.
that's gonna make every project a little bit
So-
better for everybody with.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you make any comments from our
areas.
situation to contribute?
I haven't yet.
Are you thinking of doing
I'm
something?
thinking of, they've got 2 more listening sessions and I'll be attending both of those remotely. And some of the comments I was gonna make have already been made, so I was like, okay. I wasn't gonna,
Well, that's good. I mean, I just wonder if there's something else that
Yep.
you were able to contribute that nobody had thought of.
that's the only update I had. I will also say, next meeting, we do have 2 new filings coming in.
springtime.
Yes.
New construction or?
One's a subdivision,
Really?
Spring Street. Jack Peters is back
Oh.
before us with another project.
How many houses does he want?
5 this time.
5 this time? Okay.
So we'll
Jeez.
see what comes out of this one. And
Wasn't it 9 at one point, then 7, now it's 5? Or something like that?
it was 6 the last
Oh,
time, then it
6?
went to 3, and
Oh,
now
okay.
it's back to 5. So we'll see what.
And the other one is just the second hearing.
Is it a what?
You say there's 2 new filings?
And the other one is a another ANRAD, just for what.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right,
I didn't have anything. There's just a couple things to sign.
okay. You've been down
You need a
Scotland
pen?
Street?
Go on, thank you.
Not in a while.
Should take a
I
ride down
remember
there and
tonight.
see how the
I will.
water is.
I will, yeah.
And we may also, I will say, have 38 United Drive coming
Oh.
back for us for the amended order of conditions.
How's the project on Lincoln Street? Any issues with any of that stuff going on, or
I will say that they had been pumping out the front basin,
they did?
and after that, they've put in actually and installed some of the underground drainage system. So they've got it so that front basin is draining to where it's supposed to into the back. And
Okay.
so they,
'Cause
you noticed it's considerably
it is
down
gone down some.
compared to what it had been for a while, so. It's not fully finished, but it's functioning enough now that they don't have to pump. And
Well, that's good. At least they
so
can
it's,
see how it's working. That building is huge, huh?
yeah.
I can see it, they don't even have the whole frame up yet, do they? Or do they?
No.
Did they go as far as they can now?
I believe so. I do know that middle of this month, they want to start doing the pouring for the cement.
Oh, okay.
So there'll be nighttime work happening for the floor pours, and then the walls will be the next phase.
They're gonna do them on site?
They do, but it's all, like you said, they pour it and then they lift the walls into place after
Yeah.
they've slab poured, I guess. Similar to what they did on the 7
Still a
Manley Street.
huge amount has to be graded and
Oh, yeah.
Right, a lot of,
around the whole property.
Any timeline on Shell Station? Did they figure out when that's
now
gonna
that the
start?
NRAD's been approved, I know you want to get moving on
So it's
that
gonna
next.
come
so-
down and move it back?
So I think we'll see that probably by summer.
Cause that intersection is they are surveying, I've seen them surveying down there.
Yeah, they want to start that late spring. And they want to start it early spring, but
Yeah.
yeah, so
They gotta get the sidewalks in first, you think? Because they
I
got all
think
the
that's gonna be
piping.
the very last.
Well, they got all the piping at least on.
Right, most of the pipe, there's one section left at the end, I believe, of Lincoln and South Elm to connect.
Okay, yeah. But other than that,
They've got it all run down as far as the warehouse to connect.
and they gotta make it look a little bit better.
I've got a couple of things. From the conference I attended, I received a confirmation that you all paid for it, so it's all paid for.
Yes.
Thank you, town. Um, Also, I received that we can get the PDF of the workshops we attended.
Yep.
And I don't know if we wanted to do anything with that or not.
I was gonna download the ones I attended, just so I had them saved. If you wanna, with the links, or I'd just save them so we've got them for reference that we
Little
can.
library of.
So so did you get the same ones that I got, or I just got mine? The
I'll double
ones
check. I don't know
attended?
whether we can get to all of them or just the ones we attended. I'll take a look, and I'll
Okay.
send you an email if I need to.
I bet you could
Okay.
get them if you wanted to pay a little something.
No, you
could
get
get
for
all of them.
Yeah,
But they generally share
Yeah.
in their archive anyways.
yeah, I think because we attended and paid. And the other thing is, so I was reading one of the books that I got from about trees. I like trees. And you know what they said about a big tree? It can drink up to 100 gallons of water a day.
Yes.
So how does that work then? If we take down a big tree and just put this little old tree over there, that's not a good replication.
It grows really quick.
Right. That's also why we ask not for a 1-to-1, why we ask for 3-to-1s or 4-to-1s.
For the size.
I
So
know,
you
but what
can't
if,
replicate a
but what does that
giant tree.
do if you were designing something? You take a big tree down.
Initially, you're not going to match,
No.
but over time, once those smaller trees get larger, they will take up and they grow
A
faster.
tree over there is not going to help what was going on over here.
Well, that's why we require them in the same location or the same aquifer or wetland zone. So even though they're replicating, say, where they're putting a road in, I'll use Crescent Street
Okay.
subdivision as the replication area is attached within close proximity to where they're taking the trees out of
Okay.
to replace and replicate.
I'm starting to feel a little bit better about it.
So the
It's
water,
not across the
theoretically,
street.
the wetland that's being disturbed, you're still gonna have that same amount of wetland area where it is. It just be a couple hundred feet away from where it sits today.
All right.
All good?
I'm high maintenance.
Why not?
So I am.
Okay. Anybody got anything else?
Nope.
Steve, you got anything?
No,
All set? Okay. So I'll entertain them, well, actually, 40 United Drive,
That was just the note
just
that
note to continue.
that's
Okay.
going till May 7th.
Okay, so I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved?
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Have a good night, Steve.
All right, thanks, Steve.